You know what I mean? And then we'll clear it. But I want to keep it civil just for a couple of minutes and say what was said. You guys, obviously, we didn't talk a lot on our team, you know. And that was partly my fault, partly your fault. But you told me, you were telling people I was suggesting to put people on the block, you know. And the first time I kind of approached you guys, I really didn't have like an in to talk to you guys. So the one day I was making that tuna, I brought it out for everybody, and you guys were up in the room. So I'm like, well, this is a nice moment to be like, you guys want something to eat. Went up there, knocked on the door, and then you just started like talking the game. Like, you guys want some tuna? And you're like, yeah, okay, let's talk, you know, like teammates should, you know, nothing out of the ordinary. And you asked, what would I do in the situation if I would be head of household? What would you do in that situation? This was a couple days ago, and everyone was all friends. And I suggested maybe the first two people who fell off the toilet seat, and I said Shima after she blew up. That's what I would do if I was HOH, right? And you guys concurred, right? And that was a suggestion from what I would do that day if I was put up for HOH. And you guys said a couple other names. You mentioned Lydia, and I don't know, I forgot who the other person was. But I thought we were just talking in passing, like, yeah, that's fine too, whatever. You know what I mean? I didn't think that was a decision. I didn't think that's who I told you to put up. I'm like, we'll talk more later. Let's go eat this tuna. It was maybe a 3-minute conversation. It was not pointing fingers. It was that, who would you suggest? It wasn't put her on the block and put her on the block. Okay, that being said, that's what was happening in that room that day. I didn't put anybody on the block. It was a suggestion, a strategy for the team. Part two is when I came up and talked to you solo, and I'm like, listen, I just want to get this off. I know we still didn't talk. You know, I'm here first and foremost for our team. That's what I believe in. I believe in team. If you got anything to ask me, I'm here for you, you know, and I want you to know that, you know. And you asked me who you tight with in the house, and I said Lydia and Jordan are really, you know, my friends. You know, I believe, you know, they would stick with me. And you're like, well, get them. I'm like, yeah, we're friends with a couple other people. Our team's strong. You know, we could use them and go to the top, you know, like everyone else would strategize, right? You were on your way out. Okay, that was the end of that conversation. Ever since then, I was not involved in any sort of conversation. You guys made the decision to put people on the block. I heard you had a meeting without me that someone told me that you guys picked who was going on the block. You never gave me a chance to stick up for Lydia, which what I heard that there was a chance for me to talk for Lydia, which I never had that opportunity to talk for you. So that's been going around. I wanted to clear that up because I would have definitely talked for you. You know that. Yours wasn't intentional by any means. I just said you blew up. At that point, everyone was hopscotching around and everyone was holding hands. So I'm like, the only logical thing is to put up Shima. That was a suggestion. You know, I don't know what you do if you were HOH. You got to pick somebody, right? So that was a suggestion. Nobody was picked out. I know I look like the bad guy, the mastermind, but I was not involved in any of this. I was not involved in any of the planning, and everyone seems to be pointing me out as the bad guy. Am I incorrect on any of the stories I've told so far?
No, but you're openly admitting that we've talked for probably about 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But at both times I went up there. Not once have you approached me. Not once.
Right. Yeah,
okay.
But I mean, yeah, you're right.
Right, but it's like, you know, you hit on a chick once, she doesn't like you. Listen, you still want to go out with me? No, you don't like me. You know, you kind of start losing interest. How many times you can take a slap in the face?
Team morale is of the highest degree in your head, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, well, not anymore.
Okay.
You know, and then when people are running around, and I felt like weird vibes, you know, in the house. I felt like you guys didn't like me for some reason. Not so much you. I never get a chance to talk to you, and whatever I'm saying, and I said this to everyone. You know, she has spoken for you more than I ever even spoke to you. This is the most I've ever spoke to you. So me and Russell obviously don't get along. That's obvious. Me and her just, you know, I kind of snapped on you today. You were in the way. I shouldn't have done that. You know, I do apologize for that. But there was some things I wanted to say to you anyway. And I'm like, I never had a chance to talk to you, man. I'm like, Jesse could be saying all this shit behind my back, but hasn't approached me yet.
No, and I haven't said anything that's off kilter from exactly verbatim what you said.
Okay, so, and then I talked to Michelle about it. She knows I didn't put her on a block. I haven't had a chance to talk to you today, but I thought we were really cool, and I didn't talk to you at all today.
No, we are, but it would just bum me out if you knew I was going up and you didn't fight for me, you know?
And I
mean, that would just bum anyone out.
I know it would bum you out, but it's not a true story. I just told you that.
No, what she's saying is you didn't make it a point to make sure that she was safe. You talked to me for 5 minutes total.
I didn't know that's what you were doing.
I only had those 5 minutes to talk to you, like you just said.
Well, I thought you guys were going to. I'm like, we'll talk more later. I thought you were going to approach me at some point.
I didn't approach anybody, dude.
I didn't know. If I wanted her on the block, why would I say I'm really?
No. I'm not saying I didn't. No. I'm not saying you did want her on. I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying you did either. I'm just saying like if you knew that I was an option, like if you knew about it, and you would like say something.
Dude, I didn't even know I was making a decision, and everybody I know even saw me because nobody even came up and talked to me when I was sitting out there on that bench. Like, I didn't know at all.
Nice to, like, have you come, like I went to Jesse, and I'm like, hey, let's figure this out. Who should go up? Like, I think we should decide as a team. Ultimately, it's your decision, and I respect whatever decision you make.
That's one other person in here that's actually invested 5 minutes of time to their team, and that's it.
It just felt like you haven't put your time in with us. You know what I'm saying? Russ has gone up on his own. I don't wait for an invitation.
No, I'm not. No, yeah. We're not saying.
I'm not waiting. I go and just go up on my own.
Okay, the strongest team in here, and like we're the only ones fighting. You see what I'm saying? It's like that's it. Like,
yeah, but don't like now you're all brainwashed. Like I wasn't fighting for you when you were like
no.
Again, friend in the house, and now you're all like, if I knew, I didn't know. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to get clear to you. I didn't know. But for some reason, you want to talk to that. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm kind of hurt by that, but it is what it is. You know?
I'm on the block. I'm hurt by that.
Really? I was just as shocked as you were. So.
Well, me and Shima are in those chairs, so like we're the only ones who knows what it's like right now. Okay, when you're there, then like, and he's the only one who's been there too. So it's like, the last thing I want to do is talk more about this game because it gets old quick. And then people get paranoid, and people say things, and then it turns into something that never even was there.
But I mean,
didn't you like tell people not to talk to us? Like,
no, I never, those words never came out of my mouth once.
You've never told Lydia, don't go and talk to Jesse or Natalie? Don't speak to them?
No, never.
Last night you told me when I was listening to them behind the thing and I was getting pissed. You're like, don't go talk to them. Don't go talk to them.
Yeah, don't go talk to them because you're all upset and you're hearing.
Yeah, but like
spotty things.
I can't act like I'm okay. Like
I've never.
I
said don't go talk because you were talking,
them.
but she wasn't. She heard every other word, and she's like, I have to go out there. Go. You don't even know what she's saying. Why would you go out there
I have to go
while
ask
she's
her.
crying, all upset? It wasn't like don't go talk to them because they're assholes. It was you're upset right now. Don't go out there and talk to them.
But see, I understand like what you're saying. Like when you say things, it's just like with her. Like you didn't mean for her to go up, but how can I put this? Like you do say what you say, and she takes a different way. Just like you say what you say to her, and you mean it one way, and it makes sense to you. Like you didn't mean for her to go up with you're like, okay, obviously she could go up, but I'm not. You're not saying I want her to
You're
go
right,
up.
because we weren't like, listen, we need to make a team decision. That wasn't the conversation.
Right. But what I'm saying is like your definition, regardless, is like universal. Like regardless of how much you wanted to go up, you suggested it. Just because if I say I'm coming at you a little bit,
I know what you're saying.
Or if I'm saying I'm coming at you for sure, I want you out of this house. But I'm like, oh, he's a little bit on my radar. It's not going to matter. That's where she's coming from. That's my mindset for her. If you tell her, don't go out there, she's not thinking, oh, don't go out there because of my attitude. She's saying, don't go out there because you don't want her to talk to us.
That's what you thought I meant?
Yeah.
While you were crying and talking about it all day, nonstop crying and worked up, you thought I meant don't go talk to them because they're assholes? You didn't think I meant come lay down and just relax because you don't know what's going on right now?
No, because I'm not like that. When I have like a problem with someone and I get so upset and mad, like I have to talk to them while I'm that way. I'm not going to like sit and like rationalize and be like, try to get calm and everything. That's not like me.
It's just misinterpretation.
Really?
You're kidding. I thought the same thing. Like I let some like steam blow off, you know, because we're all trying to like. It was a tough fucking break for the two people that got nominated. Oh, yeah. Both you guys. It's like pulling a fucking hat for all of us. We're all shocked. We're all freaking thrown off. We're all going through freaking ups and downs. Today was a fucking nightmare. None of us were happy.
I feel like that with you and I, it was completely uncalled for. Like, I didn't say a word to you. You snapped on me, and I defended myself. And I said some things I shouldn't have, but you came at me because I was sitting there. Because he's your fucking teammate. Go with him. You're my teammate too.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
You went off on me for no reason. I didn't start it with you at all. I said, until you started me, then I defended myself, you know? And I felt like I got the brunt end of Russ. Yeah, I mean, why am I getting the short end of the stick because Russ went off on you? That's your guys' deal. I didn't step in. When Russ went off on you, was I stepping in?
I mean, she's
like
an 18-year-old
defending
girl,
him,
man, like...
you know? Like, no, I didn't step in and defend Russ. And then I got attacked for it. You know what I'm saying? And up until then, I never had a problem with you. I've never had an issue with you. I've never like really talked shit about you or anybody in this house have I talked shit about. The only thing I've ever said is I want Lydia on the block. I said that, and I've been open and honest about it. I didn't even really hide it from Lydia. You know,
but how would you think if you're on our team? What would you think if us three were having meetings and making decisions and you weren't there?
I would have tried to make.
With me?
Why? Hold on. Why do you think I was included in the meetings? Because I made an effort to include myself, not because Jesse invited me. He didn't. When he came in his house, I thought he was a fucking prick. I didn't like him. He didn't invite me to his meeting. I went.
Dude, what do you want me to do?
His room.
Everyone's up there. I told you that. Everyone's up there every day kissing your ass, and I go, I don't want to be one of those guys.
You don't have to kiss his ass. You're on his team.
You're on his team, man. You
That's
know what
not
I'm saying?
kissing his ass. You're on his team.
Yeah.
I went up to his room and I'm like, dude, let's talk.
What it looked like, and I'm sure
Why didn't
you know.
I mean, what it looked like? What? I went up there twice. Why didn't you pull me out at some point? I'm with everybody. I don't go in my room and sleep. I'm around all the time. Why didn't you pull me out one time and be like, dude, what's going on? We're making a decision. What's going on? I even said out there, I'm like, dude, let's have a little team dinner tonight at one point. And you guys just blew it off, man. I made efforts. I put things out there to try to talk to my team. My team didn't want to talk to me.
It wasn't
that's not how I felt it at all, man.
I made a bunch of efforts. How do you not see it like that?
Jeff, you were in the room for a whole 40 seconds and you wouldn't even want to talk with us.
Because I just made lunch. I just made tuna. Let's go eat it right now. I just made tuna. I didn't go up there
We
to
were trying to use
strategize.
that as like an opportune moment.
To try to be like, come down and let's hang out.
No. To
talk with you, and you didn't even want to talk.
Yeah, it seemed like you...
I said come downstairs and let's talk.
I understand, but like food will be there in like, two more minutes, 3 more minutes, 5 more minutes, 15 more minutes. Food will be there. That food will be there. It's not going to go anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
It was all gone.
Well, then we'll make some more. It's not the point about the food. It's the
Listen,
point
that's your point. You know, I said come outside. You wanted me to stay, and I didn't want to stay. I'm like, come downstairs and talk.
You didn't want to stay with us. So we're like, he doesn't even want to be part of us. So you know what I'm saying? Like,
what do you mean I tried to talk. You guys didn't want to talk. Then I went up and talked to you, and you still didn't want to talk.
Bro, I was talking with you.
When we were up there, just me and you were working your way out the door. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You didn't want to talk.
That was the longest I've ever talked to you.
I know, and I was like, and so what didn't you understand? That I'm like, dude, I'm always here. This is who I like. This is what's going on. The team is first and foremost to me. I gave you the way I felt. I'm like, you guys are number one.
It just seems like too little too late at that point. Because it seemed like...
This was a couple days ago.
Yeah, after like the nominations were already over. Right?
Yeah, it was after the nominations were over.
Yeah. So, I mean, what can I do about it then? So you're saying you had a 2-minute conversation prior to that, and I'm supposed to...
Dude, I didn't even know who you were putting up. I never had a conversation. So then I wanted to know...
You never made an effort to have the conversation, to find out who's going
about? Yes, I did. Why do you keep saying no, I didn't?
So
I made 2 or 3 efforts to validly talk to you guys. You guys made 0. Why is it on me? I made 3 efforts. You guys made 0 efforts. Why am I the bad guy?
No.
I tried 3 different times to try to have a conversation. Okay. You guys tried 0 times.
No, we didn't. We're
0.
trying to talk to you.
You've never, ever pulled me aside once. It's 3-0. I don't understand what score you're not keeping. I tried 3 times to talk to you.
When I first got in the house, and we were both in that storage room, did I not say, hey, what's up, man? We're on the same team.
Absolutely.
Okay, there you go. So put 1 on that 0.
All right, so, fine, 3-1.
There you go.
When you came up for
tuna. You said never, and it's like, no, that's not true. And right there, from as soon as I first established, like, I'm trying to talk to you, you're like, man, it's too early right now. Let's just da-da-da-da-da. I'm just like, whoa, okay.
Dude, you just got in the house, man.
Exactly. And the game started as soon as I got in that house, didn't it? You're right. Everybody else already had a preconceived notion about me, and that's not a lie in any one of your heads, any of you.
Even if we did have a